I want to pass it over to our Vice President of FFL America. He is going to do a detailed new agent training. So if you are currently selling with us, you've sold over 100 policies, then this won't benefit you as much as someone who's sold under 100 policies. You haven't sold a policy yet, this is for you. And Julius is going to go through in detail what we call a new agent onboarding to help you get from where you are to started. With that, Julius Gilgur. Got it. Remember to use it?
Yeah, I think I figured it out.
All right. There's your thing. Oh no, it's right there.
So just open my notes.
Oh.
All right.
Hit Zoom. There you go.
Let's hit Zoom. All right.
Hi, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you, sir.
All right. Well, good afternoon, FFL America, FFL Republic, FFL Rise, FFL Grit, FFL Legacy Protectors. That's what I'm talking about. Started as FFL America. Now we got all these branches. So, guys, first off, thank you for having me on, Grady and team. Today is all about new agent onboarding, okay? So there's a few people in the room today that you're here for the first time. There's a few people, or probably more than a few people, that are on our webinar for the first time. So the purpose of today is if you're a new agent, you just completed contracting, and now what do I need to do to get started, right? What information do I need to get rolling? This is what we are going to go through today. And the purpose of this is just like Grady has created with FFL America. The purpose of this is to get this done so we have it done and we can scale, right? And that way, each of us within the organization can use this tool to go out and help new agents get started quickly, put the tools in their hand, the resources, and give them the knowledge to get started, get rolling, making money fast. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, okay? So let's jump into it, guys. Let's see, I got to share the screen first. So Zoom, share. Yep, it's clicked. All right, so let's get rolling here. Okay, so first and foremost, you're a new agent, okay? What do you need to do? All right, so first off, you're gonna go to fflamerica.com, okay? If first time on the webinar or just getting plugged into the team, go to fflamerica.com and you guys will be able to get all the tools at your fingertips. First thing you wanna do is you wanna get plugged into the company. You wanna get plugged into the Facebook group. Click the link. If you don't have a Facebook group, go and get one. Use it just for business purposes. This is where a lot of communication happens within our organization. So you want one for business. Even if you don't have a personal Facebook, that's fine. We're not trying to, we're using this for business, guys. That's all it is at the end of the day, okay? So one, get in the Facebook group. Two, text FFL to that number listed there. Now you will be included in the text messages that go out every time a training call is going on. So that way you get the updates, you don't miss any of the trainings, and it's coming to you in your phone, buzzing, beeping, doing what it needs to do to remind you. We're just trying to help you out so you can get the information you need. Next, join the team Slack call. So after you've completed contracting, or not Slack call, Slack app, excuse me. It's an app that you download on your phone. You click here, it'll get you into the group, create a profile. And this is where we have multiple channels and layers of education in different channels where you can go in and ask questions if you're in a home, where we post our sales results, and just a bunch of communication within our team specifically. So you're joining the team, join the team. The team is on the app. We'll see you in the app. That's where we post our sales. That's where you get some additional help, and that's where myself, Grady, Clay, and all these other leaders around the team will help you out, okay? And then obviously join the FFL corporate email blast. That way you can stay in tune with what the company is doing. And you get those email notifications. You can guide your team on what's going on and be aware of what's happening. Okay. So once you've plugged in, all that's super simple. The next thing we're going to do is you want to make sure you're on the training. Okay. Training at the end of the day, guys, is what is going to help you progress in this business. Just like Colton said, first off, Colton, great job out there, my man. That is amazing. Super proud of you. Keep rocking it. But what did Colton do, and what have all of us done? Well, we've plugged into training so we can get the information, the knowledge, so we can go serve our clients. So make sure you scroll down in FFL America, plug these training calls into your calendar, okay? Make it a recurring event in your calendar. That way, you know, every Monday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, we have these calls, and Saturday, you have it on your phone. It alerts you before you have the information at a click of a button, because if you are missing out on these trainings, guys, you are missing out on the knowledge to move to the next level. It's that simple, okay? It's not just about getting started. It's about continual progression, okay? And so this is how you continually progress. I don't miss these calls, and I've been here for a year and 3 months. What's your excuse? You shouldn't have one. That's the point. So let's keep moving. So after you've done that, you put that on there. The next thing is, we're not talking contracting today, guys. The purpose of today is we assume you've already completed contracting. That's a simple process through SuranceBay. Today, we're talking about what do we need to do to get started. So go into the new agent checklist. We're going to talk about the mechanics of this business, how to get it rolling, and what you need to do and how you need to do it, okay? We want to help you, we want to help you win. We want to help you succeed, okay? That's what this is about. All the information's here. We're just going to make it hopefully that much easier. All right, so first and foremost, you've completed contracting. You're going to go into the new agent checklist, just scroll down, and we're going to focus on preparing to dial and run appointments, because at the end of the day, that's what we do here at Family First Life. Is we dial customers that are asking for help with insurance. We go and run the appointment, meaning we go see them at their home. We sit knee to knee with them at the kitchen table, and we help put insurance in place, okay? So what's step one? What do you guys think step one is? Even though it says it, the real step one is leads, okay? Because without leads, you got no business, right? You can go sell to friends and family, but you're going to run out of friends and family pretty fast. You want to go hit them all and recruit them all and sell to them, and that's not here. You want to do that, have fun, let me know how that works, and I'll see you in a week or two. But if you want to actually make you want to build a business that's sustainable, that can grow, and that can actually help you accomplish the financial goals you have, you buy leads. That's what we do, okay? So where do we do that? Go right here where it says order leads. What is that going to do? It's going to take you to the leads page, okay?
Hello, everybody. Grady Paulson.
Oops, sorry about Grady Paulson going live there, but go in here, watch the video. It'll do a breakdown of all the different lead types and vendors and what have you. You're a new agent, all right? What kind of leads do you want to start with? Well, that's the question I get all the time, and every leader across FFL America and such we get. What lead should I start with? Number one, Bob, you start with Facebook Final Expense. Here are most of the vendors that we have out there, and the key that you want to remember is you want to buy as many leads as possible when you're getting started. You want to buy as many leads as possible. So now you might have a tight budget. Well, Julius, what leads do I buy? Well, we're going to say buy as many leads as you possibly can. So that could be brand new Facebook Final Expense leads, and supplement with second chance leads, because in the beginning, volume is what you need, okay? Working off of 20 leads versus working off of 60 leads. Which do you guys think is going to be easier? Working off of 60 versus 20. Your opportunity, you're going to have more chances to actually help families if you can call 60 versus you call 20, right? So it's all about volume, okay? Your goal is to get as many as possible. Now, what you're going to want to do as you're getting started, if you're just a little unsure, schedule a time with your manager, go through some lead strategy. We want to help you, okay? We want to give you the tools, and we want you to know where to get these tools. And this is right on FFL America /leads. It'll break down the leads, and you're going to start with Facebook Final Expense. If you can't afford, 60 brand new leads, then maybe get 20 to 30 brand new leads, and then you supplement the rest with second chance leads, which you can get directly out of the CRM, okay? But leads, guys. Without leads, we have no business here. Without leads, we have no Family First Life. Without leads, there would be no Andrew Taylor, Mike Killamich, Sean Mike, Grady, all of us. We wouldn't be here. I know you've heard that a lot of times, but if you're going to be cheap on your leads, guess what else is going to be cheap? Your results. It's that simple, right? So don't be cheap on your lead investment. It's an investment. It's not an expense. Remember that. It's an investment. You're investing in you, your business, your family, and your clients, right? Like, I always like to use analogies because it just helps make sense for me. But if you owned a Subway, what are people buying from you? They're buying sandwiches. Wouldn't it be weird if Subway stopped ordering bread and turkey and salami? It'd be really weird, right? So we don't sell turkey, salami, and bread. We sell insurance. So it'd be weird to not have customers to sell to. So that's my little analogy. Fuel your business and your business will fuel you, okay? All right, so that's leads. The next thing we're gonna talk about here is dialing, okay? So phone scripts and dialing, a few things. So first off, you have your phone scripts here, click on it, download your phone scripts, practice your phone scripts. You have the phone objections, go through that as well. Not only print them, have them on the desk in front of you, so when you are actually calling a potential client, just read it in the beginning. Don't try to think of what you need to say and how you need to say it and that you're better than the script. Guess what? The script works. Just use it. Get comfortable with it. Have the objections there. That way, when the objections come up, you just look at the paper and you read. You don't have to think. In the beginning, the less thinking, the better, because you don't have the experience necessary to be good yet. More than likely. Not everybody. Some people have experience. But many people, even in my case, I did not have the experience. I used the script. I used the objections. Now I know what to say. Now I can do it without that. But in the beginning, I couldn't. Okay? Make sure you print off the dial tracker. Okay? Why is the dial tracker important, Julius? Well, if you don't use the dial tracker, how are you going to know how many dials you made? How are you going to know how many people you spoke with? You probably will know how many appointments you got, because that's the only thing you're going to track if you don't use a tracker. But what if it took you 250 dials to make one appointment? Are those good results? No, those suck, right? But here's the thing. We as managers, we want to help you. The only way we can help you is if we know your numbers. Because if we know your numbers, we can help you diagnose your problem and give you a solution. You guys heard that? You want us to help you. Track your business. You tell us your numbers. We will be able to diagnose your business and help you figure out the solution, okay? 80% of this business, guys, is dialing of the phone, okay? So you have to get good at booking appointments. If you don't have appointments booked, who are you going to help? You got nobody to help, right? So the other thing to keep in mind is when you're dialing, guys, you're not trying to be their friend. Be direct. Be direct. Hey, this is Julius. I'm calling you back about the state-regulated final expense programs, right? You're not like trying to, hey, Bob, how you doing? How's your weather? No, don't do that, right? Like that, that's weird. No one does that, right? So be direct. You have a purpose. Follow the scripts. If you're full-time, okay, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about schedule. Number one, you got to protect your dial time, okay? Mondays, if you're full-time, Mondays and Thursdays are our dial time, meaning we dial on Mondays and we schedule for the next 24 to 48 hours, meaning we are going to run those appointments on Tuesday and Wednesday. So today is Thursday. So today is another dial day. We're going to book appointments for Friday and Saturday, okay? Very simple. We dial on Monday. We run those appointments on Tuesday and Wednesday. We dial on Thursday. We run those appointments on Friday and Saturday. What's your goal if you're a new agent, you're full-time? Your goal each dial day is to book a minimum of 12 appointments. 12 appointments. So if you got 12 appointments and you're booking on a Thursday, that means you should have 6 on Friday and 6 on Saturday. You do that on Monday and on Thursday, you now have 24 appointments per week. 24 appointments per week will put you in the position to have success in this business. If you're running 10, 12, 15 appointments in a week, guess what? Your chances are substantially less. Give yourself a chance to win, and it starts by booking on the phone and booking enough appointments per week. Realistically, if you're full-time, you need to be booking 25 appointments per week, or 30 appointments per week, but 24 really should be minimum if you're full-time. Now, if you're part-time, get with your manager. That way we can help you maximize your dial and your run schedule. Everyone's schedule is different when they're part-time. So get with us, we'll help you, but for full-timers, that's what we do. Now, people, new agents are gonna ask me, Grady, and all the other leaders, hey, well, how long do I need to dial, Julius? Grady, how long do I need to dial?
15 minutes.
15 minutes won't get the job done. You're gonna dial till the job is done. You might have heard this before. The goal is the goal. What's the goal? The goal is the goal. What's the goal? 12 appointments at minimum on a dial day. If you got 10 and it's 6 o'clock, are you done? If you're not a goal hitter, then maybe you're done. But if you're someone that wants to hit goals and win big at Family First Life, you're going to book at least 2 more appointments. And if you're really motivated, you might stay and book another 5 appointments to get 15. So that way you're running 30 a week. Okay. But protect your dial time. Do it. We dial on Mondays. We dial on Thursdays. If you're part-time and you're dialing a different day, the same concept applies. You can't have distractions. You got to go in, make the calls, make the dials, put in the activity. The results will come. Okay. The goal is the goal. 80% of this business is the phone. 80% of this business. So if you don't attack and get good at the majority of what this business is about, it's hard for you to ever be good. So get good at buying leads and get good at dialing those leads. Okay. All right. I want to take a minute and role play real quick on some dials. We're going to have my man Clay Sweet come up here real fast. Clay Sweet, Clay has gotten really good at dialing and obviously really good at selling. And so real quick, Clay, we're going to go through some dialing. Okay. I want to role play with you. I'll be the customer. You be the agent. And just to give you guys some context here, Clay Sweet last month, how much did you issue pay, sir? 35,000. I think that's right. Give it up. 35,000 in January, right? Coming out the gate in New Year strong. This man's got street cred. He knows how to dial. He knows how to book appointments. So we're gonna ask him to share what he does when we dial. So we're gonna just dial. We're gonna do a final expense lead. That's what we're all calling anyway. I'm gonna do the ring and let's roll through it. You're the agent. I'm the customer. Gotcha. Cool. All right. So ring.
Hello, Julius.
Yeah.
Hi, Julius. My name is Clay. I'm getting back to you regarding the Facebook request that you sent in concerning the state-regulated life insurance program for burial and final expense. Remember, it was the one that asked you what your favorite hobby was, and you said baseball. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. I love baseball. I love the Yankees, actually.
Excellent. Okay, well, the purpose of this call was just to verify the information that you did give us. I just want to make sure that the information is accurate for my records. I've got your date of birth listed as 6/15/72. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And I've got your address listed as 123 Maple Lane, and that's in Peoria. Is that correct?
Yeah. Do you have my apartment there?
No, I do not. Thank you for letting me know that. What's the apartment number?
12.
Okay. Apartment 12. Okay, I got that. Well, just to let you know, Julius, there's about a dozen different options that you can qualify for. Okay. They're all non-medical, which means there's no blood or urine or needles. But because of that, they make me come out and lay eyeballs on you to see that, number one, you are who you say you are, that no one's trying to get this type of insurance in your name. And number two, to make sure that you're not hospitalized or bedridden or anything like that. We're pretty booked. We're pretty backed up here at the office, Julius. I'm going to be seeing roughly between 10 to 12 families each day, tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay. But seeing as how it's only going to take about 15 minutes, I definitely feel like I can squeeze you in. Julius, are you a morning or an afternoon person?
Mornings for sure.
Okay. It looks like I've got an 8 a.m. or a 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. available tomorrow morning. I'll let you pick which time works better for you.
Well, I want to have my coffee first, so let's do 9.
Okay, I've got you down for 9 a.m. Julius, could you go grab a pen and piece of paper? I want you to write down a little bit of information strictly for your records.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, my name is Clay, C-L-A-Y.
Yep.
My last name is Sweet, S-W-E-E-T.
Yep.
I'm going to give you your confirmation code. I want you to repeat this to me when I show up at the door to make sure that I am who I say I am.
Okay.
Your confirmation code is 12. Mm-hmm. C as in cat. Mm-hmm. S as in Sam. Mm-hmm. Okay. And once again, I just want to repeat the appointment time tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow, January 1 at 9 a.m. And just to let you know, Julius, I will be coming from another appointment prior to that. Okay. So please allow me about 20 to 30 minutes on either side of 9, just in case I'm running a little bit behind or just in case there is traffic. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. Once again, Julius, you did let me know that you're in an apartment. Is there any gate code I need to be made aware of to get into the apartment complex?
No, it'll be open.
Okay. So once again, I do have you down, Julius, for tomorrow, January the 1st at 9 a.m. Once again, I will be coming from another appointment, so please allow me that 30-minute window. Your confirmation code is 12CS, mm-hmm. And I will see you tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing if I can help you and your family out.
Awesome. Thanks. Look forward to it.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Great job, Clay. So super simple, right? But what did he do? He was very direct. He told me what was the purpose of the call, when I'm coming out, what we're going to be doing, right? And then he had a structure to his script, right? And that's what the script is. And so he's done hundreds and hundreds of dials and made, you know, hundreds of appointments, right?
Yep.
And so, but how do you get good at it? You do it a bunch, right? He's done it a bunch. He wrote 35 grand last month. You think he done it a bunch? Of course he has. But guys, at the end of the day, you got to just go out and do it. Okay. You got to get off the starting block, right? So nice job. Thank you for helping with that. Let's transition. So I hope that helps you guys. Obviously there's tons of more videos on dialing. Go watch that. If you like the way Clay does it, obviously take what he says, use the script, use the videos, tons of information, but that's simple, guys. Just be direct, tell them why you're there, and then nail down the appointment and go out there and help some families. All right. So we talked about dialing, right? So now we got to talk about what do we need to get ready, right? So we're going to talk about the in-home presentation, but before we go to the in-home presentation, you also want to make sure you're ready to go see a customer, right? Because Clay, I mean, how many times, you know, do you want to go to a customer and not be ready? None, right?
One.
Right.
I want to be ready.
So we want to be ready, right? So we want to know what to be ready for and with when we go and do that, all right? So let's talk about that. So first and foremost, if you guys go into, I'm going to get over there real fast. If you go into the presentation tab of Welcome or the presentation tab on FFL America, there's a video on here that talks about what you need to do to get ready for your first appointment, okay? I'm going to talk about some of this and kind of summarize it. First and foremost, you're going to need a tablet, okay? Now, can you use a laptop? Sure. But at the end of the day, you want a device, guys, that the client can sign on. Can you do it on a laptop and use the trackpad? Sure, but you're dealing with folks that sometimes are a little older, they're having a tough time, maybe they have a disability, and so just using the touch screen makes it that much easier to do business with you. So take it for what it's worth. In my opinion, you want to have a touch screen so that way they can just sign on the screen, okay? Now, outside of that, you want to make sure that you go in and you log into each of the carrier links, right? So when you get appointed with each carrier, they're going to send you an email. In that email, you'll have your writing number and you're going to have a website that goes directly to their portal. What's in their portal? Well, all of your agent information, along with all of the applications for the carriers and the products that they offer. So A, go in, create a profile. B, save that link as a bookmark. That way, when you're in a home, you just click the bookmark. And by the way, save the password in your computer so you don't have to remember your password. The last thing you're going to want to deal with is a password issue and we forgot it. I know we've all experienced that where you forget your password and now you're in a loop of like 14 different emails trying to reset it. No one wants to do that, especially when you're trying to close business. So save your password, save your portal. And these are just a few of them here, guys. Make sure you do that for every carrier you get appointed with. Now, you're also going to want to make sure you print out these sheets. One, the credibility sheet, which is right here. You guys see that? All right, so this is the credibility sheet. Go ahead and print this out. I've laminated mine. You guys can do what you want. Before I laminated it, I would print one of these for each customer and leave it with them. You do what you think is best for you and your business. I've laminated mine. They both work. Secondly, you're going to want to print a financial inventory sheet. Now, this you will want to print for each client. I print one of these for each client, and I save them in a file, in a folder, and that whole thing for organization. So make sure you have one of these for each appointment as you begin to your run day. The other thing is a client profile document. Let's see if that'll pull up. It didn't pull up, but printed. Basically, it's just a quick little sheet that Grady made that allows us to kind of keep track of our clients and what product they've signed up for, how much their premium is, their phone number, email, and allow us to get in contact with them, okay? All right, so we do that. Now, what else do we need to do? All right, so after that, we are going to, so we're gonna wanna make sure you save the quote tools, okay? Or you actually don't even have to save the quote tools. Let's go to that real quick. Where did I go? Hang on one sec, guys. All right. So quote tools. So if you go to home, again, from FFL America, we're going to have all of the quote tools. Now you're going to want to, you can either save these or you can just go here, right? Either one works. But what's going to happen, and you'll see this here in a minute, is once we determine which company and product we're going to go with, you're going to want to be able to know how to use the quote tools. So go in here and play with each of these quote tools, play with a few different scenarios, and kind of look at how they function, how they work. They're super easy, but you don't want to get stuck in an appointment not knowing how to use this. So just play with it before. Also, a great resource, guys, is call the carrier. They have a sales desk. They're there to support us, okay? You have a question, can you call us? Sure, but we're probably busy in a home we're going to tell you to call the carrier anyway, because that's what they're there to do. They're there to help you with the quote tools. They're there to help you with the applications, okay? I'll help you sell the thing. I'll help you pick what's needed, but like at the end of the day, you got to know how to use the tools, okay? That's on you. Carriers are there to help you, okay? So quote tools. What else we got here? When you have a device, if you're doing an iPad or some sort of tablet, make sure you have a keyboard. I can't tell you how much time and it's going to save you and how much easier business is going to be. If you don't have a keyboard and you're just typing everything on your iPad, you're going to be in there for a long time. You got to be prepared for speed, okay? You got to be prepared for speed. You want to be able to bust applications out as fast as you can, okay? So that's what's in your bag. I miss anything there?
Nope.
Quote tools, I think we're good. All right, so the next thing is let's actually talk about the in-home, okay? All right, the in-home. So when we scroll back down to the new agent checklist, all right, so we're right down here. So in-home presentation, obviously, if you click on the presentation tab, there's a bunch of videos on here from a bunch of different folks. Find the person that you resonate with the most, okay? And before you even go in the in-home, make sure you understand the psychology of the sale. Quite simply, a client requested information. We got it. We call them to help them with their request. We're going to go sit down. We're going to see what they're eligible for, and then we're going to help them with an application to see if they get approved. That's the psychology in the simplest form, but let Sean Mike really break it down so you really understand and it really soaks in. And then you guys go through and just watch all these different trainings. Find the trainer that you relate to or you like their style the best and duplicate it as much as you possibly can and make it your own, okay? You don't have to be Sean Mike. You don't have to be Paul McLean. You don't have to be any one of us. Use the word tracks, use the process, use the mechanics, and make it your own, okay? All right, so outside of actually watching the videos, the key that you want to do when you're in a home, what is it we're trying to do, okay? They've requested information, am I right? Mm-hmm. So our goal is to reduce sales pressure and increase credibility. Reduce sales pressure, increase credibility. Why? Guys, we're telling them we're field underwriters. We're telling them we're not salespeople. So why do we want to come across as salesmen or women? We don't. So we want to reduce the sales pressure and increase credibility. So what we're going to do, Clay, is I want to roll through this with you. I'll do my in-home if that's cool. Yep. You be the customer. Okay. And we're going to talk about a few things so you guys are all ready and you know exactly what to do and exactly how to do this. So we're going to talk about the setup, how to set the table, what the structure looks like, and I'll do what I do in everyday appointments. I'm going to roll through the financial inventory, how I ask the questions. I make it very simple. I'm going to talk about how we determine the product in the beginning and then what the close looks like. So a very step-by-step approach of what do I do in every single home? How do I do it? And then just so you guys have at least an example of what you can reference as you get started. And obviously my training is going to be subpar compared to what Paul McLean and Sean Mike and these guys do, but this works, guys. Last month I issued 41,000. This month I'm at 50,000. This guy's at 35. We're doing something right. And it makes it easy to duplicate. And that's what I'm all about, is simplicity and duplication and scalability, okay? So let's roll through that, all right, guys? All right, so first thing you have is a lead card. Let's just say we have the lead card. I handed it to you. I don't know why everybody's laughing, but something's funny and I must have missed it.
90,000 the past 2 months.
Hey, 90,000 in 2 months, no big deal.
Welcome home.
Welcome home, that's right. I love best business ever. All right, so typically I'll have a lead card and I'll slide it in front of the client first before I do anything else. I'll say, all right, hey Clay, we got this request. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you filled this out and what you're looking for?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't have any type of coverage. I saw an ad on Facebook.
Okay, hang on one sec, guys. I'm going to end the share and I'll ask that question one more time. Oh, thank you. All right, so now you guys can see us better? Okay, cool. So I asked again, you know, we got this request from you in our office. What caused you to send this request? What were you thinking about? What were you hoping to find out about?
Well, to be honest with you, I saw an ad on Facebook pop up, and I came to the realization that I don't have any type of coverage, and if God forbid something happened to me, I'd want to make sure that you know, my burial expenses were taken care of, and you know, my family wasn't out of pocket.
Got it. Got it. Okay, I appreciate you sharing that, Clay. Well, and I want to let you know that I'm here to help you. Okay. First and foremost, I want to kind of explain how things work.
Okay.
What I'm going to do here, and I take this and slide it in front of them. This is the credibility sheet, and I take my business card. Okay. And I lay it in front of him. I say, okay, Clay, I want to explain a few things. First off, you have my contact information. Here you go. Second off, I want to let you know, Clay, that I'm not a salesperson. Okay. I'm a local field underwriter, and I'm a licensed broker. Okay. Now, the company that I work for, and I point to it, is called Family First Life. And we work with over 15 of the top insurance companies in the industry.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some companies you know and recognize, right?
Yeah, Mutual of Omaha and John Hancock.
Of course. So we work with all the top A-rated reputable organizations in the industry. And we do everything from mortgage protection to life insurance to safe money retirement. But today, Clay, we're going to talk about the state regulated final expense programs that you sent into our office.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, Clay, my job's pretty simple. Okay. What I do is I just ask you some questions. Take about 2 minutes to ask you some medical stuff, 2 minutes to ask you some basic finance questions. Based on how you answer that, that's going to tell me what you might be eligible for with the carriers that we work with.
Gotcha.
From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how those programs work so you know how it can help you and your family. And then I'm going to show you some options.
Gotcha.
Okay. Once we find an option that's comfortable for you and obviously fits your budget, all we do is we see if we can help you get qualified. I don't make any decisions in the process. That's all on the company. So what we do is we help you submit an application to the company. And if they approve you, great, you're covered, Clay. If for some reason they don't, then what we'll do is we'll look at another company. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Gotcha.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's get started. Okay. And so that's the beginning. That's my beginning, my structure, my setup. That's the beginning. Now we're going to go right into the financial inventory. All right. So Clay, and I'm going to walk you through the process of how I ask it, what I ask. That way you guys can duplicate it as you see fit. So Clay, how old are you, sir?
I am 62.
All right. Are you a smoker?
Yes.
Okay. And then what do you do for work?
I am actually retired.
Retired. Okay, cool, man. What did you do when you were working?
I worked for the city and just doing construction.
Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Okay. All right. So, being that you're retired now, you're on Social Security, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. How much a month are you getting in Social Security there?
Just went up at the beginning of the year, so I'd say about $2,100 a month.
Okay. 2,100. Do you get any other income streams outside of Social Security?
No,
Pension?
no. I thought I was going to get a pension, but I just
Got it. Got it. So just that. Okay, cool. All right. Now, do you own or do you rent here?
I rent.
You rent. Okay. How much is your rent a month?
It's about $825.
$825. Okay. Awesome. And you live here by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's now go into some medical stuff, okay? So are you taking any prescription medications currently?
I'm taking 2 medications at the moment. I am diabetic,
Okay.
so I'm taking metformin,
Okay.
and then I'm taking atorvastatin
Okay.
for my cholesterol.
Okay. Any other medications you're currently taking?
Just vitamins.
Okay. Anything that you were prescribed in the past that you're no longer taking?
No.
Okay, that's a key question. Make sure you guys jot that one down. Okay, no. All right, so any surgeries or hospitalizations in the last 5 years?
I did have my knee replaced about 7 years ago. If that means anything
Okay.
to you.
That's outside of 5, but I'll go ahead and write it down. No worries. Anything else besides that?
No.
Okay. All right, and I want to go through medical conditions where none of this is in your history, and if it is, that way I can see what you might be eligible for. Have you ever had a heart attack, stroke, or TIA?
No.
Ever have any cancer?
No.
Stints?
No.
All right, we talked about diabetes. Have you ever been prescribed insulin?
No, just
Okay.
pills.
Neuropathy?
No.
High blood pressure?
No.
Kidney or liver disease?
Nope.
Anxiety, depression?
No.
Thyroid issues?
No.
Asthma, COPD?
No.
Lupus, rheumatoid arthritis?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, Clay, do you have any life insurance currently?
No, that's
Yeah,
why
you
you're
said,
here.
yeah, that's right. You said,
I was trying to think if I had a work policy at some point, but I don't.
but you're not working anymore.
No.
So, okay, so that doesn't apply. Now, if we can get you some coverage, Clay, who would we make the benefit, or who would you make the beneficiary?
My baby girl,
Okay, what's her name?
Nina.
Nina. Oh, okay. And then she have the same last name as you?
Yes.
All right, awesome. And then do you have anything that acts like life insurance that transfers when a person passes? Any 401ks, IRAs, stocks, things like that?
I think I have like a 401k, but I don't even know how much money's in there, to be honest with you.
Okay, and you said you're retired, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think your approximate account value is, ballpark? Less than 100, more than 50?
Like 80.
Like 80. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, any significant savings in case of an emergency?
I mean, like maybe like $5,000.
Okay, so you got a little bit. Okay, do you have a will set up?
No.
No. Okay, one thing you're going to want to do is get a will created. Obviously, a will helps create order when that time comes. So just get a will created. You can get that done on LegalZoom or doyourownwill.com, either one of those. Okay. Obviously, just giving away free information. By giving away free information, they feel that they can trust you because you're giving, right? There's no cost for giving out knowledge, right? All right, awesome. So now, what have I done? I've asked the questions on the sheet. I figured out medical. I figured out income. I figured out age, smoking, where they're at, and if they have insurance. So we've identified they don't have any coverage, or Clay doesn't have any coverage. He needs some coverage. But now the why, right? He didn't want to leave money behind, or he didn't want to be a burden on his family, right?
Yeah.
So I will notate that on the back, right? So when he told me that in the beginning, I'll write that on the back of my form. And then I'll say, okay, are you looking to leave behind any money for family?
I mean, I would love to. It just
if you
really,
can afford it,
yeah,
I'm
it
assuming.
just really depends. I mean, I definitely want to take care of my burial, but I mean, if I could leave a little something extra, that'd be nice. But it just depends on the amount.
Okay. And then, are you looking to have a cremation or a burial when that time comes?
Oh goodness, I haven't even thought about it.
Well, just so you know, there are some price differences. So a cremation on average is between $3,000 to $5,000. A funeral can be $10,000 and up.
Okay, so probably I'd want to be cremated, so maybe I could leave a little more.
Okay.
My beneficiary.
Okay. There's no wrong way. We just want to make sure we're able to help you accomplish what you want to accomplish, right?
Okay.
I'm educating, right? Let's make sure they understand. Okay, great. So now what we've done, so now when you're in this position, you've asked the why, you understand the situation. Now here's what we do. Okay, Clay, in order for me to figure out how we can best help you, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to make a call to my senior underwriter. I'm going to walk him through this real fast, and then he's going to let us know what you might be eligible for, and then I'll explain how that works and what your options are, okay?
Okay, yeah, that
okay,
sounds
cool.
good.
So now as a new agent, what are you doing? You're calling me, you're calling your manager, and you're saying, hey, Julius, I'm sitting here with Clay. He's 62 years old. He's on Social Security. He earns $2,100 a month. His rent's $825. His medical conditions are he's diabetic. He takes metformin, never been prescribed insulin. He's been prescribed atorvastatin. The only surgery or hospitalization he's had is a knee replacement 7 years ago. Doesn't have any other medical conditions, doesn't have any insurance currently. What is he eligible for? What can we possibly help him with? So now what are you doing? You're regurgitating that information to your manager, and what we're doing in your first 20, 30 or so client appointments is we're going to help you dissect and figure out which plan and which product is going to be best for your client. So that way you don't have to go and study all of the underwriting guidelines, before you go out. That way you can go make money as you're going, right? So you're making money as you experience what you need to experience. Now, if your manager isn't available, because we're in a home, Clay's in a home, I'm in a home, Grady's in a home, Jordan, Ashley, etc. We're all in homes, we're all working, we're all running business, right? But if we're not available, what's your plan B? Well, remember we talked about the Slack app? Guess what? The Slack app has an in-home channel where you can say, I'm sitting with a 60-year-old person. This is their medication. This is their medical conditions. What do you guys recommend? And guess what? Everyone in Slack, we get a little notification when a message comes through. And if we're in a home, we can text real quick, hey, Americo Eagle, or this, that, or the other, okay? So we're gonna help you do case design in the beginning. And then after about 20, 30 cases, you're gonna see just about everything you're gonna see, and you're gonna know how to write business super fast, right?
Yep.
Isn't that how you learn?
Yep.
That's how I learned, right? Same way. So follow the process. Don't try to be a product expert before you get out there. You just have to understand the difference between term and whole life to start. That's really all you need to know. Just understand the difference between term and whole life because you're going to run into both, okay? So now I've made the call. Okay. All right. So now I know we're going to look at, based on what my manager told me, we're going to look at Americo Eagle Premier. That's what we're going to roll with. So what do I do now? Okay. Now what do I do is I take the back of the sheet and I say, hey, Clay, so what we're going to look at for you is called a whole life plan. Are you familiar with what that is?
I think so, but refresh my memory.
I was going to either way.
Thank you.
All right. So we want to make sure, like I told you in the beginning, that you know the benefits and how this works and how this helps your family. So first and foremost, I'm going to roll through that. The first thing with a whole life plan, Clay, is it's permanent coverage. Okay. So it's permanent coverage. So I write down the word permanent. So that means if you live to 100, you live till 90, however long you live, this plan will be with you till the day you and your family need it. Number two, your price is locked in. So Clay, you're on fixed income, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so if a plan goes up in price, is that good for you or bad for you?
It's no good.
No good. So we're going to find something that's going to work for you today and here on out because it'll never go up in price. Make sense?
The rest of my life.
The rest of your life, never go up. Okay. Number three, your benefits are going to be level. Well, what does that mean? Well, let's say you choose $20,000 in coverage, Clay. You'll always have $20,000 coverage for your family when that time comes. Okay. With this specific product, it's also going to include accidental coverage. So Clay, what that means is if you chose a $20,000 product or plan and we got you approved, because I don't know if we can get you approved, but if we got you approved and you passed because of an accident, it'll pay $40,000 instead of 20. It pays out double. Okay. And then lastly, it's going to give you terminal illness coverage, Clay. So simply what that means is if you get diagnosed as terminally ill, the doctor tells you got less than a year left to live, you're going to be able to pull money out of your plan while you're still alive. You can pay for medical benefits or take care of other things that you need to take care of.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool, right?
Good,
Yeah. All right. So that's the benefits of the plan. So I just simply, if you guys can see that, I write that in there. There's my benefits. I just bullet point it real fast. And then I'll say, and then I'm going to run some options. So my managers told me to look at Americo Eagle. And in your scenario, you want cremation. You're looking to maybe leave some money behind. You make $2,100 a month. I probably would stick to the 357% rule. What is that? You quote 357% of their monthly income, right? So if someone can do some math real quick, what's 7% of 2,100? Anyone? Approximately 140?
140 or 50.
About 140, right? So we'll say, all right, so we'll say 30,000 is 147. We'll say 20,000 is 5%, which is about $100. And then, 15,000 is, we'll call it 75. Okay. And this is how I list it, guys. You don't have to be, I'm not an art major. My handwriting sucks and I still sell a lot of insurance. Go figure, huh?
Amen.
Amen. And I can't spell for it anyway. So that's all. No, I could spell actually. I won a spelling bee once. Well, kind of. I came in second place. That's
I was going to say.
So anyway, long story short, so I show these options, right? You guys see that there? And then I slide it in front of Clay and I ask the magic question. I say, listen, Clay, I don't know if we can get you approved, but if we can get you approved, which one of these are you most comfortable with?
And this is monthly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Probably I'll do the middle one, the 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah, because you said cremation is $1,500, $2,000, so that would leave.
I said 3,000 to 5,000
Okay,
in that range. It also depends on when that time comes because
Gotcha.
costs can always go
Gotcha.
up. But
Okay.
you figure if you were on the high side of 5,000, if we
And
can get
still
you,
leave enough for. Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay,
if you
let's
feel
go.
that's enough.
Yeah, that fits within my budget. So let's go with that one.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get you approved. All I need is a driver's license and a voided check, and we'll go ahead and fill out an application. We'll know within about 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds
They go get the check, they go get the ID, they come back, right? What am I doing? Going to work. I'm filling it out.
Rebuttal?
Oh, we're doing rebuttals? I thought we were doing structure for now. You want to give me a rebuttal? Okay. Well, we're talking about structure and mechanics right now. Okay, give me one rebuttal. Jeez.
This sounds good, but I do want to talk to Nina to make sure that I want to talk to her so she knows what's going on. So,
You mean your daughter?
Can we table this and maybe you could call me in the next couple of days and I can give you an answer? Is that okay?
I could, but if you passed away tomorrow and you didn't get coverage today, how do you think I'd feel? And it's not about me, Clay. It's about you and your family. How do you think Nina would feel? Would she have wanted me to protect you today?
Yeah, she would, but it's, I really want to talk to her about this.
I got you. I got you. Clay, can I shoot you straight?
Yeah,
I got your permission.
you do.
Okay. If you knew you were going to die tomorrow, would you get coverage today?
But I'm not going to die tomorrow, man. I don't think I
How are you 100% sure?
I'm like 99.999% sure I'm not going to.
You think Kobe Bryant thought that?
Okay, I'll get the check.
All right. All right. So there you go. But straight face, Russian hammer style. Like, I don't give a, right? Like,
I'll get you a glass of water and the check and the ID.
like, but I didn't change, right? I stayed in control. I stayed composed. And I asked, what did I do every time though? I didn't tell them. I started by telling, and then I switched to asking questions. And as soon as I hit them with the right question, they're going to make a decision for themselves. So you fire back with questions, not with answers, because let them come to the answer. You just got to ask the questions. We play the what if game with them. Okay. We play the what if game to get them to make a decision. Okay. That's how you handle objections. So they go ahead and they do that. All right. So now few little tips that I'm going to kind of sprinkle in here as we close out what we're doing. So we went through, we're doing the application. First and foremost, you're going to always try to get the draft to be immediate draft, because if you don't get coverage in place, your chances of putting coverage in place are slimmer than they would be if you did it right there and then. So what do I do? And what do we do? Very simple. As you're putting in the payment information, I use this transition line, and this is how I do it every single time. Now, Clay, if we can get you approved the way this works, okay? If we can get you approved the way this works, right? So I'm dropping a seed of doubt, and then I'm telling them the way it's going to work. I'm not asking. If we can get this approved, and the way this works is your first premium will come out within 24 to 48 hours after you're approved. And then after that, it'll come out every 30 days. Now, don't worry. We're going to call you before you get approved and notify you, or before it gets drafted after you're approved. That way, you know it's about to come out. Okay?
I'm going to rebut.
Go ahead, rebuttal.
Well, can't, like, next week be better? I mean, can we, it's the 23rd. Can we have it come out the 1st, or what? I mean,
well, here's the thing, Clay. We want to make sure, and when I say we, the insurance companies, they want to make sure coverage is in place. God forbid something happens between now and the 1st. You and your family are protected. That's the most important thing out of anything else, is making sure Sweet Nina is taken care of. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I mean, I have a savings account, so I think I could switch something, but can we change the date to the 1st after?
Absolutely.
The initial
So,
payment?
yep. So after the initial premium goes through, then we can always change your date. That's not a problem at all. Okay.
Okay. So just the first payment's
Yep.
immediate. Okay.
So your goal is to always get the draft to go through immediately, so coverage is in place right away. Okay. So now we've closed out the app. Everything's done. Boom. We know if it's approved or not. We don't tell them that they're approved in the home. Don't do that. Just say, okay, you've submitted the app. All right, I've submitted the app, Clay. Now, Clay, the way this is going to work, okay, is in the next week or so, we're going to get notification from the carrier if you're approved. Now, if you're approved, I'm going to call you back and I'm going to let you know, hey, good news, you're approved, right? If for some reason we don't have good news, then I'm going to set up a time to come back and we'll look at another carrier. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Now, if you're approved, the other thing to expect is your policy will be in the mail in the next 7 to 10 days after that. That way it comes to your house and I'll make sure that you get it and you're all set and you're set to go. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. It was a pleasure to meet you and help you out.
I appreciate it, man.
You got
Thank
it,
you
man.
so much.
Anytime.
Thank you.
So that's how I end my appointment too, is I'm saying it was a pleasure to meet you and help you, because I helped them. They didn't help me. Right. And they are going to thank me for the service that I've given them. Right. So some good stuff there. Again, this is more about mechanics. It's not so much about all of the different word tracks and all of the different nuances of the sale. It's the purpose of this is so you guys have an example of what it will look like when you're in your first appointment, when you're in your 10th appointment, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, now you do. Now you do. We just walk through it. Okay. Last thing I'm going to leave you guys on is products. Okay. Obviously, products are important, but they're not everything. 95% of this business is booking, which is 80%, and the other 15% is what you do in the home. Products is the last 5. So 95% is what we just spent time on, and the last 5% is what you're going to spend time on. And it's quite simply what that is I want you guys to go to the products tab on FFL America. I want you to first go through and watch Grady break down the different products. You need to just understand the concepts. You don't need to know the ins and outs of every product. You're going to know that over time after you sit with a bunch of clients. the one thing we always say is get through your first 100 appointments. When you get through your first 100 appointments, you're going to know a lot about this business, and you're going to be darn near a product expert because you're going to see a lot of things. Okay. So watch this. If you have the itch and you want to go through product brochures and underwriting guides and do that, be my guest. I didn't spend time on it. I learned it as I went. I made money as I went. I needed to make money. I don't make money sitting on the sidelines. I make money by getting in the game. Okay. If this was helpful, shoot a comment below in the in Zoom. Missing anything on that?
No.
Grady says we got to leave off on one thing.
Buy leads.
Buy leads, guys. Guys, at the end of the day, none of this is possible if you don't have clients to see. You have no clients to see, you can't make any money. So go out there, buy leads. Go out there, invest in yourself. Go out there, invest in your business. Let's grow Family First Life as an organization and watch what happens in 2020, guys. I'm thankful for being able to share this. I'm thankful for being in a business with all of you. Grady, thank you for the platform. Guys, let's go out there and crush it and take it to the top. Take care.